Hi everyone, Jennifer here with BodyWise, and today I want to talk about this great little cube called the BioWell. And why I want to talk about it is that, lately I've noticed a lot of people are struggling with a lot of health issues, extreme health issues, or a lot of illnesses and sicknesses, or weird things coming up. And modern life is hard. There's a lot of stresses, there's a lot of toxins, environmental things, stuff in our food, stuff in the air, all sorts of things going on. Even medicine. I'm going to be brave enough to say it. Even some pharmaceuticals are adding things into your body, the extra stuff. And I've just noticed lately, I've been in business since 2001 and been in this type of industry for a very long time, that there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of things right now that are kind of odd. When you're in business for a long time, you do see patterns. And these patterns are new patterns of more individuals having a lot of health problems. So I want to talk about the BioWell. It is not a diagnostic tool. It is not a medical tool. But it is a guide into your overall body's energetic set, how it's doing. And I'm going to showcase a couple of things. So you want your energy in any specific part of your body to be between 4 and 6 joules. That's kind of a healthy place to be. And of course, photons are the little particles of light. They are the thing that initiate cellular stability, cellular movement, cellular health. Photons can affect how electrons and protons move around and make exchanges. So you want them to be vibrant and healthy and not low and dim. As some of you may know, back in February of last year, I stepped off my bike into a sand pothole of dirt and ended up completely ripping my ACL, along with some other things. In May, I had surgery, and they gave me a new cadaver ACL. And I'm going to show a graph here of in humans, this device works a little differently. There's a whole program system that tells you about all your organs, the energy of your organs, and how they're working with your parasympathetic and sympathetic system. You always want those systems to be no more than 20% off between the balance of them within each system in the body. So you want them to be working together in that fight or flight or relaxing state. And again, you don't want the energy of those things to be over 6 joules too much. It's too much energy, or too low, they're underworking, or too high, they're overexcited, right? So I used this device, injury, post-surgery, which is a lot. You get, propofol and a nerve blocker and antibiotics in the knee and the whole gamut of things going on besides hobbling around and being on pain pills, which probably also isn't very good. And then I've used it to kind of cleanse my body from that and see areas that I had to point out. So I'm going to show you a graph here. My first read after my surgery, and you can see how many systems in me are out of balance between the parasympathetic, sympathetic, and how high they are on the chart. And then I'm going to show you my most recent one, which I think I did at the end of January or sometime in January of this year. So May, I had my surgery in May 15th, so it's like a June reading by the time I got to it. And then now a January reading in 2026, and you can see I have very few systems that are out of balance. So I have gotten myself back through to a good state of living. And that is really what we want to have, both in animals and in humans. If you're not in a stable place, the things that come at you at the world, be it stress, be it environmental thing, all sorts of stuff going on, our food, unless you're really, really conscious about what you eat, which I highly recommend you learn about that, and I can teach you things about that. If you're not really pointed about that, you're going to get a lot of stuff in your food that you shouldn't be eating that also messes up your cells. And emotional. How are you checking in? Are you living that life? I just did a video about authenticity and truth, right? If you're coming from that place and you're stable, then your energy also with your chakras, which this also reads, can be in a good state. And when you're in a good state, to revert back to Joseph, who wrote 2 books, he always said your mind, body, and soul have to be attended to in order for you to be out in the world and be able to handle, because it was the Industrial Revolution that he was kind of thinking up all his stuff, what's going to come at you. And he was very right. He knew it was going to get worse from what he was seeing already, and it has, the stresses of modern living. Though they're great with their efficiencies and we all live in easement in certain ways, it also brings different stresses to the body. So in order to keep from not having this kind of wave of not goodness that I've seen, you need to check in and make sure that you are stable and in a good state as much as possible so that you can stay healthy and well. So come in and get a BioWell scan, see where you're at, and then from there, we can move forward and get you grounded, stable, and healthy.